All right, all right. It's Friday night. Good people. What's good? Like I said, I was coming back tonight in the counselor's corner to finish off part 3 of my series, Surviving Your Man's Zodiac Sign. Hey, how you doing? I'm Nene Renee. What's going on, Derek Hall? So tonight we're going to finish up with the Virgos. I know a lot of near and dear Virgos, so we're going to talk about those Virgo males. Ronnie Maxwell O's was good family, but 2 housekeeping things. Lori Queso, how you doing, Lori? She was the first person that gave me that TV camera exposure, hanging with Lori and friends when I went on and helped her make some butternut squash soup. Well, at least I did what I could do. Kimberly K. Scott, how you doing this evening? Thanks for joining me in the counselor's corner. All right, so 2 housekeeping issues. The first one, well, I went on one of my peeps in Niagara Falls. People know him as Fast, Eddie Fast Porter. The brother can cook, man. You ever see the stuff that he posts? So I said to him, hey, Marcia, that I wanted to kind of, raffle off or do a little quiz, a couple questions to raffle off one of his dinners. Not too many people either read the post. Kimberly said, you can cook. I'm good. And you can cook. Let's say I'm a good assistant. That's what I'll say. Dietrich Muhammad, what's going on? Deals. Thanks for joining me. Charlene Alexander, thanks for joining me tonight. So, I reached out to Fast and said I want to, raffle off one of his dinners. And we still can do it. And I guess eventually someone probably from Niagara Falls, Buffalo, Lockport, any of those surrounding areas, if you can answer like two out of 3. One of the questions is like 2 parts. And the other one is just 1. So if you can give me 2 of those answers, inbox me, you will have this fulfilling, nice little dinner. I'm so mad that I'm not there to be able to taste this. So basically, Eddie Porter from Niagara Falls, he's making a nice dinner platter for tomorrow. Is Jenny and honey glazed salmon steak over Scrimp Alfredo with crab meat. So the first person who inboxes me with at least 2 out of the 3 correct answers will win this nice, fulfilling dinner. So here's the questions. Name 2 of my all-time favorite professional athletes. So 2 of them of my all-time favorite athletes. And the second question is, what is my favorite NBA basketball team? On your mark, get set, go. Inbox me that if you're from Niagara Falls or Buffalo or any other surrounding towns. Inbox me. I'll let Fast know. I'll get the information where you pick up the dinner, and I'll let them know, give them your name so you can have that. Again, that's Jenny and honey glazed salmon steak over Scrimp Alfredo with crab meat. Damn, that sounds good. So again, name 2 of my all-time favorite professional athletes. And number 2, what is my favorite NBA basketball team? All right. So I look forward to receiving some inboxes. Either you're going to have the correct answers or you're going to have them wrong. If no one answers it, then I guess we'll have that dinner on hold. Or until I get there, because if nobody don't claim it before that, and whatever he's making that week, I'm damn sure going to enjoy it. All right. 100 envelope challenge. Yes, it's still going on. And, been doing pretty well. Staying steady. Remember, this 100 envelope challenge is basically teaching you self-discipline. And objective is to fill up all 100 envelopes. And you get 100 envelopes. You mark them down 1 through 100. So you draw a number and whatever it is. So say, for example, if the first number is 27, then you fill it with $27. You don't move on to the next envelope until you fill the one up that you drew and then sealed it and put it away. So my last envelope I had a 41. As you can see, 41. I'm going to take basic stuff, $41. 41, you see those greenbacks, $41. Ronnie O said he inboxed. Okay. Ronnie O, are you in Niagara Falls? Because when I look at your answers, are you there to retrieve this dinner? So $41 going in the envelope. About to seal it. I'm not about to lick this pork on here. I got a glue stick. I don't have it in front of me. So you see it, $41. Done. That number is done. So at the end of it, once you have filled and stuffed all your envelopes with money, you're going to walk away. You're going to have $5,050, which you may say, oh, that's nothing. But just think about it. How many people just have $5,000 sitting around at their house at their leisure? And you don't have to stop there. My goal is to try to do at least 200 envelopes for the year. So that's going to give me $10,100. If I don't get there, oh well. But, you know, it's teaching me discipline. Because guess what? I am someone, oh, Ronnie O said he is in Niagara Falls. I am someone who likes to casually buy items of clothing, sweaters, button-downs, hats. Believe it or not, in 2019, I have not bought anything clothing-wise so far. And I know it's not a lot. What is it, the 25th? I know that's not a lot of days, but it's a start. So that's like, because, you know, they say it takes like 21 days to break a habit. Well, I've done that because actually I've went into like stores and I haven't even looked at anything for me. The only thing I've bought is stuff for the counselor's corner. You're talking about like mics, lighting, mic stands, and different things like that, posters and stuff like that. But I haven't bought anything clothing wise. So I'm really trying to change that around. And so there you have it. So what else we got? Ronnie O said I can give it away to someone. Okay. All right. And I'm going to check your answers. I think you have 2 of the answers from what I see. And all I said is you had to have 2 out of 3. And I think Ronnie O said Magic Johnson and the LA Lakers. He's correct. Dinner has been claimed for. So Ronnie can give it away to someone. And my other person was Floyd Money Mayweather. So there you have it. So Ron will let someone know to stop by Fast House. Dinner on me, the controversial counselor. And you're going to eat good tomorrow. You're going to eat good. All right. So I'm going to shake up this bag because now I got to pull another envelope. And I tell you, people, it works. I don't mean to put nobody in my figures, but just filling that $41 envelope, that put me at $300 for the month. So as you can see, it's just little things that can motivate you. And that $300 could have been more. I could have pulled more higher envelopes and it could have been like $500-$600. But I'm dedicated to this. And actually, I have a couple coworkers that are interested in it. So I'm trying to, thanks for my brother Dietrich with this recommendation on this move. I'm trying to make this a movement. So I'm pulling out the next number. I don't know if I want a big number or a little number, but all I know is I got $59 sitting here that needs to go somewhere. So I'd rather put in the envelope than spend it on something foolishly. Patricia, thanks for joining. My Niagara University peeps. Sherry Woods, thanks for joining me tonight. Angel, thanks for joining me again tonight. So I pulled the envelope. Wow. Okay. I'm not going to complain, but My luck, I was just hoping that I could pull something. I had $100 to start off with. I filled up to 41. That gave me $59 left. And I was hoping, anything under the 59, I'm good. That's 2 envelopes out of the way. Well, I pulled the granddaddy of them all. You probably can't see it because of the lighting. The $100 one. So only thing I can do right now is put this 59 in here. And now I got to come up with 41 more dollars. And it's at your leisure. If you don't have it, don't go broke trying to do it. So whenever I randomly have some money in my pocket, I will take the time to put it in here so I can seal this one. And I'm glad this is over with. I'm glad it's over with. I got it out of the way, the big one, the $100 one. Because you know what? I said I was sitting at 300. Once I fill this up, I'm going to be at 400. Yeah, I'm about to do this real big. I'm about to be, like my man J. Rob said from work, I'm about to be walking, I'm about to have me a serious money bag around the house. All right, so that's that. So Ronnie O's answered the question with the Los Angeles Lakers and Magic Johnson. The other answer was Floyd Mayweather. So he's going to refer. And Ronnie, if you can let me know, inbox me the person. I don't mean to be in your business, but since I'm paying for it, I want to know who's eating good. So let me know who that person is. Now, the real reason why we're here. Okay, we got Camilla. Thanks for joining me tonight. Fred, what's going on, Fred, the master barber? Kimberly said, I better hush because I might get a high number. But Kimberly, you need to share. That's a part of the movement. Let me know where what you've been pulling, whatever. I ain't trying to be in your money or anything, but it's just nice to know we're going through this together, because some of this is going to be changing our behaviors as far as spending. So we got to help each other out. Nicole Isom said, congratulations, Ron. Farley Hamilton, thanks for joining, Farley. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about those Virgos. So I've been doing a series. It's a four-part series. Surviving your man's Zodiac sign. So you're kind of, for the ladies, you're kind of finding out different things about a man that you may never really focused on. And if you're someone that's dating, you're going to ask, you may ask certain questions based on the information that I told you to see if there's any similarities to what I said in that individual. But remember this, the key thing to it all is when you find out, when you talk about when's your birthday, what's your sign, and someone says, oh, I'm a Pisces. Know this, know that he will fall as the second best, because the top sign of them all is Gemini, my sign. So you're already dealing with a deficit right there, but that's okay. Second, third, fourth isn't that bad at all. But if you get a Gemini, man, you got some serious work on your hands, but that's all good. Dietrich said, I'm a Virgo. Well, I'm going to tell you about yourself, and a lot of this stuff is true. Now that you wanted to come out and claim that you're a Virgo, Dietrich, a lot of this stuff is true. Anitra, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. So a Virgo man, they say, oh, Ron, yours coming up next one, part 4, Libra. And Dietrich said he just pulled a 71. Oh, you playing big bank takes little bank. Frederick said, good brother. Virgo, man, if you luck up with a Virgo, consider yourself lucky. He's strong, considerate, and passionate. So if you had no Virgos or you dealt one, I appreciate your commentary throughout this evening, just to see if there's any similarities. But on the flip side, he can be overly critical and pick you apart like your grandmother's chicken wing. You know how, chicken, how some of that, you just drop off the bone and you picking it and you can't stop it and you just picking it apart because you're trying to get all the good meat to it. And that's the way a Virgo could be. They could be overly critical. and pick you apart like no other with their analyzing and assessing everything about you. So if you can handle that intense pressure, then you might have a go at it. Chanterie Holder Sullivan, thanks for joining. And Ronnie Maxwell said, that's Dietrich. Yeah, I agree. That's him. And we used to call him, you know what his nickname was when he was younger? We used to call him the heckler, because he would always heckle people with questions and just irritating. So somebody picking you apart like that, you may say something like, that's so annoying. He was asking me everything about my life. But you also have to understand that Virgos, they're serious. They don't play around. They're looking for that life partner. So they're going to ask you questions. Nicole said, LOL. So me, Tasha, Melinda are Virgos. Is that true of us? Tasha, very critical. Melinda, very critical. And Nicole, you had your stuff with you too. So I would say I agree with them all. Yeah, that y'all, each one of you were. And we're going to get on the women next. I might not do that series right after this, but it's coming. Oh, like I said last night, I'm going to marinate some of y'all on the grill about some of y'all behaviors. Okay, back to the Virgo. So he could be very critical. He is rarely casual about anything, especially his heart. So that brother's not going to play with his heart. So that would be the reason why you're getting grilled, because his heart is at stake. So who wouldn't grill you? You're just not going to be lackadaisical and say, well, she looks good. We have a good time together, and that's that. Nah, you got to ask questions. And so you just better be ready, because I know a lot of times women, you want to put men on Front Street by asking a lot of questions. How do you respond? Because remember, research says that women speak 20,000 words a day and men speak 7,000. So with a Virgo, you might get the reverse. You might get a brother that's talking and asking you questions, and it's not going to be all that wasteful talk, like talking just to be talking. You're going to have to answer questions. And this, this is you, Dietrich, but you always say it's time to put people on trial, take them to court. I'm about to take them to court. And that's what Virgos do, take you to court. And Nietzsche said, we know David, we waiting, we not scared. You already know. So this is Virgo so far. And I guess before he pursues a relationship, he has graduated from relationship 101 with honors. So that brother's going to ask questions. He may do research. He may read stuff on self-improvement and all types of books. Not saying he's using that to school himself, but it is all about self-improvement to make himself better. So obviously he's going to want a woman that's, that's on point. And we'll talk about that coming up. Ren Fagan, thanks for joining me in the Counselor's Corner. Also, congratulations on your book. I see you putting in work. A lot of people buying it. I haven't forgotten you, brother. I'm going to get your book. Probably after I get off this, I'll go, if it's on Amazon, I'll go and place my order, because you helped me out a lot. I remember you was the first one who did my one page with all my accomplishments and jobs. And I didn't even expect that you did it, because that's something that you do, like the graphic design. Talented brother, wrote a book. I don't have the information in front of me. I know it's basically regarding writing letters to inmates, trying to empower them and to encourage them. So many of us do have friends or family members that have been incarcerated. So I think it's a great book. So I would encourage you guys to check out my man Ren Fagan, his book. And for some of you who've been following me, you already know you should already have cocktail conversations. That should be a given. It's a travesty if you don't. Marcia said, there's nothing wrong in being direct, but just be prepared for the answer. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. I don't think they're concerned about the answer, because it's like this. If you don't answer and it's not up to their standards, yeah, I know I cuss on here a little bit, so understand it, then your ass getting kicked to the curb anyway. So it's not like he's putting all his eggs in one basket. He's going to ask questions, and either you pass or you fail the test. So I'm sure he's prepared. Remember, the brother graduated for relationship 101 with honors, so he can handle it. Speaking of that, many people are still in what's the college courses with no credits. And I should know this stuff from being a high school counselor and also being an advisor. The non-credit bearing classes like the 098 classes. Some of us are still in those classes when it comes to relationships. We're not even getting credit for what we did. You don't start getting credit till you in the 100 level. So that Virgo very well may be at the 200, 300 level, 400 level. And I could say, as far as my brother Dietrich, that brother reads, does a lot of self-improvement stuff. So he might be teetering in the 200s. And I'm working to get him to the 300, 400 level. I had to go there. It says 099, Anitra. Yeah, Debbie Drake Seawright, thanks for joining me in the Counselor's Corner tonight. And we're talking about Virgos, and it's part of my 4-part series, Surviving Your Man's Zodiac Sign. All right, so we're back on the Virgo. He's pretty much relationship 101. He is not looking for a one-night stand unless he's been wounded by love. So if he's been hurt, then that probably would be the only situation he might have a one-night stand. Because other than that, it's going to take him time to kind of assess and kind of break down this woman, because he really wants to get to know her. So he's not big on that one-night stand thing. He is looking for someone who shares similar views and desires. So that's where the questioning will come from, because he's looking for someone that kind of has the same mindset as he does. Now, if you've been following the series, you know some of the signs, they want a woman, but they may not be looking for someone who has the same views. Like I just had last night, talked about the Leos. They don't really want a woman with the same views as them, because they feel like they're the king. They want a girly girl, someone that can kind of push over, that can serve them and make their life better. So not everybody wants a woman with the same views as them, because they may want to be like, I'm the damn man and you're the woman. I wear the pants and you wear the skirt. Simple as that. Maria, thanks for joining me in the Counselor's Corner tonight. So he likes to know the woman he gets involved with very well. He might take too much time that you may not be ready for, so you might be ready to put him in the friend zone. So you may be saying, what is taking him so long? We've been out, we've been dating for months, and this brother still hasn't mentioned anything about us being in an exclusive relationship. Well, that may not happen until he's done taking you to court. So in that case, sometimes women get a tad bit impatient, and now you want to put him in the friend zone. Nah, some people ain't going for the friend zone. And like I said before on another show, I ain't about to put me in a friend zone. What? We're not friends anymore. Yeah. If I see you, I'll be cordial, but I'll be damned if we be talking on the phone and hanging out buddy to buddy. Friend zone? I don't know who fall for that. I know there's going to be some brothers say, well, it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes if you get in the friend zone, that hopefully they'll be vulnerable one day and you can still end up, back in their sheets and all that. No, it's just the whole concept of that, like, oh, we can just be friends. Yeah, from far away, I don't want nothing to happen to you, but I'm not going to call you. And when you call me, I'm like, what the hell does she want? And remember, that's how the Geminis roll. Easy come, easy go. We don't play the chasing game. I played those games when I was younger, duck, duck, goose, and freeze, and tag, you're it, and all that stuff, and the numerous other games that I'm not going to speak on because I know we have some virgin ears in the audience. So I'm going to try to behave on a Friday night, and it's not that easy. All right. So some women may be ready to friend zone him. He takes a lot of time because he does not like to fail at anything. So this brother taking you to court, he wants to make sure that you're the right one in any situation. He wants to cover all his bases because he doesn't want to fail. He doesn't want to get with someone and be humiliated and like, damn, man, this was a bad one I picked out of this bunch. To hell with the friend zone. That's what I'm saying, Fred. No, I just can't subscribe to that. I'm sorry. And I know I'm not saying we won't have a peaceful departure, but I'll be damned if you sit up there and look me eyeball to eyeball and say, you know what, this is not working. We just need to be friends. It better be friends. You better off saying you don't like me or something like that than to think that that's going to work. I know. And that's just me. I'm just being honest, being transparent. And maybe some people can go for that. I just think it's like being like a supervisor at a job and you're making decent money. Then all of a sudden the company wants to drop you down to entry level and you're supposed to play nice and enjoy that interaction at work. Same thing in a relationship, and it doesn't work. So when you're dealing with a Virgo, you better have patience because he has patience. Ronnie O said pretty much. So Ron, you're not down with the friend zone thing, huh? I wonder, ladies, anybody can answer. If a guy told you he just wants to be friends, how do you feel about it? Let me know. Respond. And remember, we're going to have this call-in feature coming soon, hopefully next week. By the end of next week, I'll get it rolling and you'll be able to call in. I have a couple lines open. You'll be able to call in. I have the speaker going on and people can kind of hear you, hear the debate going back and forth. It don't necessarily have to be a debate. I mean dialogue. All right, let's get back to this Virgo. Even though he comes off as cool, he is wrestling with his insecurities. That is why he needs everything to be perfect. So Ron said, hell no, he ain't down with the friend zone. So it said Virgos take his time, but sometimes they're wrestling with their insecurities and they want things to be perfect. And I guess anything less, and again, we know nothing is perfect, but like I said, maybe in the first part to the surviving your man Zodiac sign, sometimes perfection could be based on each. What might be perfection for me may be something different for someone else. So with that being said, he wants something close to what he's looking for. Just like if you go out and to buy pretty much, and I was thinking about a car. Unless you buy a brand new car, but we know that, when you get a certain age, no one is brand new. We all have some baggage or we have a story to tell. So you're not just you're going to try to look for the best possible vehicle that's in your range, appearance wise, and that's going to last. You don't want something that's beat up, broken down, and you know that eventually you're going to be looking for something else anyway. Michelle Reed, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. Linda Bailey. Michelle, what's good? One of my favorite Brian and Stratton students back in the days. All right. Okay, so he takes a lot of time, even though, all right, we talk about. Now, no matter how things are going, he has always scheduled a backup plan. So no matter what, the Virgo is structured. So he has a backup plan, not meaning he has a backup woman, but he just has a plan that if this doesn't work out, I'm going to focus on this area. And because he has a hard work ethic, he works hard and he believes in putting in working hard, then eventually, you transit from not working, you start working smart. But when he's in that zone, working hard, he's not thinking about love and relationships. That's not the evolution or the basis of his thoughts every day. Like, I'm 40 years old. I surely wish I had someone to love. Nah. And that's the problem with some people, and that's why they end up with who they end up with, because they're looking at that timeline, and I'm always going to talk about that timeline, and they just want the next best thing in it without taking time. Because I can tell you, I've seen some things on social media. I know looks and stuff is shallow, and our looks go away at times. Look at me. I'm sitting there looking rough, all this gray. If I could change, it would be all black, whatever. But it's here, and simply, I don't have time to have a clean face every day or have it trimmed up. So I know certain things disappear, but some people got some featured creatures in their game. Some of these things that you look and say, never mind, I'm gonna behave. As long as they got a good heart, that's all that matters. Looks is so shallow, so let's move on from that point. All right, he has a very strong work ethic. I talked about that. He keeps his schedule updated daily and has a backup calendar in case his technology fails him. So he's the type of brother that he has a calendar. He might have it in his phone, his tablet or something. So he's on point. He's very strict. And if something happens to go wrong, he probably has it written down somewhere. He's on point. He's on point. And that may be too much for some women to handle somebody that's that structured and on point like that. And you go into court, that's, you have to pick your poison. Angel Palmer, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. He loves to provide for his family financially, and he is traditional and likes his woman to be, feminine and domesticated. Meaning, man, you got to have some cooking skills. He's not asking for you to be a chef. You got to be someone that cleans. The brother, remember, structured. So structured means not a chaotic environment. So you can't be someone, y'all together, or he comes to visit you and you got bras and panties all over the place and this and that. And he's looking like, what the hell? Because he typically knows where his stuff is at and he has his system and he wants it in place. So he's looking at that. So think about that, ladies. So when you say, what's your sign? And they say Virgo, and you invite them over, better call Molly Maid Service or somebody. Call your moms up and say, could you help me clean? Because Melvin is coming through, and I know he is structured and very organized, and I want to make sure that my spot is clean. You better fake jacks or do something, because that brother will not look good on you. If you have a single friend that's a Virgo and you try to play matchmaker with some of your other friends, more than likely he'll find something wrong with each and every one of them. So don't do the matchmaking thing with a Virgo, because remember, he has to analyze, break them down. So he's going to find something wrong with each and every one of them, no matter what. It'll be something wrong. So why set your people up for failure? His mind is like a computer. He will keep a running tab of all the nice things you have said and done for him. So, he's considerate. Like, he thinks about, like, man, she did this. She brought me lunch. She was, I don't know, she ended up buying, I told her I needed this, and she went out and got it. So he's collecting that data like computers do. But at the same time, if you're supposed to go out, or you say, I'm going to meet you here because it's closer to my job, and your ass is late, or he comes to get you and you like, hold up, wait a minute, or you lift up your window, or and you're peeping out the blinds, and he's chilling in his convertible whip. I'm just ad-libbing. And you yell out the window, being ratchet as hell, like, I'll be out in 5-10 minutes. Strike against you. He does not like his time wasted. He does not. So you need to be on point with that. Because remember, his mind is like a computer. He's tracking that data. And he'll know, like, damn, I remember the second date I came and got you. And you had me out in the car waiting for like 20 minutes or whatever. So be considerate of that. Have your stuff together and be ready, because nobody ain't got time for all that. So, for real, you will come out the house and all you will see is skid marks or or whatever on the road, because ain't nobody about to play those games. Also, Virgos are extremely close to his family. So if you have a problem with spending time with his family on Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, and stuff like that, a Virgo is not the man for you. Don't even get into it. Don't do it, because he's close. His family is his everything. Let me see. What do you think about Dietrich as far as family? No comment. No, his family means a lot. We mean a lot, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Those of you that know, you might say, I know but no, it's all good. I mean, Virgo, they love their family. I don't know to the point that someone wants to bring somebody around every damn holiday or whatever, because family could be a hot damn mess too. But Virgos love their family and they like to be around them. And it says Virgos vacation with their families, party with their families, and often is in family business. So they kind of know the ins and outs with everything because they ask a lot of questions. So when you say, man, Uncle James lost his job, or Uncle James and Auntie, I don't know, Mabel, I'm just coming up with these old ass names, aren't doing well. Well, a Virgo is going to ask a lot of questions, and he's going to try to analyze the situation and figure out what's going on. So he's going to know. So he's kind of in the family business like that because he asks a lot of questions. But also know this. Virgos is a sign of service. They want to provide service to you. And I think, why else would we be here in life if you don't like to provide service? Because ultimately, I think that's what we're here for, to provide some type of service to each other, to kind of help each other out. Dietrich said, I'm a loner. Whatever, dude. Now you up here lying in the counselor's corner. That's worse than lying in the church. You don't lie in the counselor's corner, dude. Really? You violating. So sometimes he is consumed with other people's lives and loves to gossip. Yeah, sometimes they like to gossip like a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Another slip. I'm so sorry, because I know in this day and age, some guys are worse than women as far as gossiping. But that's what Virgos like to do. All up in everybody's business. All up in their business. Up in business in Detroit when you live in Niagara Falls. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Shouldn't care, but that's what they do. Always in somebody's business. He knows what is going on in every person's life that is close to him. When you are not around, he will share intimate details of your life with his family. Meaning that you might not be present, and he might share some things that's going on with you. And so you might wonder why when the next time you come around, they kind of looking at you and they thinking like, look at her ass, scandalous, ratchet, ain't no good. I don't even know why he brought her over here. So he's gonna share that sometimes, that information. I don't know, Dietrich probably not, but I think many other Virgos, that's probably their stilo. That's probably what they do. He'll make sure you have structure and an orderly life. Who wouldn't want that at a certain age? Maybe not in your 20s. Maybe in your early 30s, you're not looking for it. But when you start getting in your maybe mid-30s, 40s, you need to have some structure and have an orderly environment. Because we already know how non-structured and orderly environments that's not orderly, we know how that works out. Prime example, look at the schoolhouse. When you go to a classroom as a parent and you have a teacher that has no structure and the environment is chaos, so imagine when grown people don't have that too. So you see how it is. And if you go to a school and kids bouncing off the wall and it's just loud and chaotic, that Virgo will bring that structure to your life, and he'll try to kind of school you to try to make sure that you have that in your life. He has a lot of dreams that he wishes to make come true, but he's not willing to really take big risks because remember, he doesn't like to fail at anything. But he dreams big. He wants them to come true, but I guess it's to a limit on the chances that he'll take. He will make sure that the woman he loves has a secure and comfortable future. Again, you can't beat that. And I got more stuff. I'm not done. I am not done yet. I'm giving myself an hour. I got 15 more minutes. So understand this also about Virgo. Like when you're dating and all that stuff, you're going through the process. Virgo man like smart woman. He doesn't do the ebonics and all of that ghetto talk. And you're like, oh, it's lit up in here. What up, son? And talking all that stuff like you a damn man and all that stuff. No, that's not going to work with him. He wants you to kind of be on the same intellectual level as him. And I know sometimes you're like, I just had a rough week. I wanted to let my hair down and all that stuff. But he's not buying into that crap. Brains are a bigger aphrodisiac than a woman with a voluptuous body. He rather has a woman with brains. So understand that. Terry Buckles, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. He's not easy to open up and trust. He basically doesn't open up and trust like people that's like strangers. So it's going to take him a while to open up to you. And he'll wonder why you're rushing to get close to him. So if you're someone that always, I want to see you, and you talking all this stuff, like you can't live without him, he's got like an eye on you, like, what's up with that? Like, we haven't even been talking that long, and why she's trying to get so close to me. Again, I already talked about the structure and orderly, and he can't stand a woman that's not punctual. He'll take you someplace that is sensible price with good, solid food. There won't be anything flashy about this place, but the service will be exceptional, and chances are the waiter will know him. So it might be somewhere that he frequents on a regular basis. He already knows the service. He knows people that works there. They're going to come out when they see him. Hey, Melvin. Hey, Dietrich, or whatever the case is. And you're going to get exceptional service. But it may not be all that good. you won't be posting pictures like I'm here, look at my plate and all that stuff, doing all that stuff, because it may just be, a decent place, but the service is top notch because he's had formed relationships with these people there. He's a creature of habit. You may prefer a trendy restaurant or nightclub, but that's not his thing. If you want a second date, just smile and thank him for taking you out. So in case, like, if that doesn't fit you or you're not too happy where his selection was, you might just thank him and step, because that's who he is. He's not going to take you to those type of places. On a date, you'll learn very little about him. He'll play an intense game of 20 questions. So you're going to be on court. You're going to be on trial when you're dating with him. He may only give you a snippet of him, but he'll learn more about you because you'll be answering questions. So if the Virgo brother is prying into your personal business, think of it as foreplay. He wants to make sure you're a good person before he gets in between the sheets with you. Simple as that. So either you take the heat or you get your ass out the kitchen. So if you got that mindset, he's so nosy and all that stuff, then he's probably not the one for you, unfortunately. He wants the type of woman who would not only take care of him, but also the kids in the house, all while keeping your appearance together. So you have to be able to multitask. You cannot make excuses to say, well, I wasn't able to do this because I had to do that. Well, I do work and all that stuff. No excuses, because remember, he's structured. So you might even have to have that mapped out. From 3 to such and such, pick up the kids or whatever. 5 to 6:30, homework. Meanwhile, you're preparing dinner, and so maybe a lot. And I know that people say, man, it's 2019, get with it. But maybe that's the reason why we end up in these faulty relationships, because we don't know anything about the person that we're dealing with. What else? He will want to know what you have an eye towards the future. Share your 5-year plan with him. Have a 5-year plan. I suggest you create one before he picks you up for the first date. And sometimes that's not that easy to come up with a 5-year plan. But I wonder how many people do have a 5-year plan. Do I got a 5-year plan? I don't know if I have it written out. I know places that I want to be and what I want to do. And I guess that's why a lot of people do vision board activities and things like that. But that will be maybe a question he might ask you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That same type of question that you bullshit around when you're in an interview and they ask you and you stumble over it. Well, this is relationship 101. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Sometimes you just get thirsty, especially talking for about an hour straight. Don't talk about your dreams unless you can back them up with a real plan of action. So he's going to say, and one of Dietrich, and I'm going to keep paralleling with Dietrich, one of his things is, man, don't stop talking me to death. Remember, they don't like their time wasted. Don't talk about your dreams and visions and you really don't have a concrete plan. And I think that's the worst thing. That's for anybody. I know I'll be like, man, I do not want to talk to this person because of the fact that they just talk. Like, I can't stand people and I think as I got older, just be talking to talk and come up with all these ideas and plans, but really don't have no way of how to get there. Because if you don't know where you're going, guess what, people? Any road will get you there. Any damn road will get you somewhere that if you don't know where you're going, you can go anywhere you want. Any road to get you there if you don't know where you're going. Tiffany Smith, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. A woman should provide just enough information to assure the Virgo that she is stable. So that's it. You have to find a way to answer the questions and let him know that you're stable, because sometimes we find out, there's a representative that sat in front of us, and you realize that person is not stable at all. So a Virgo is going to ask you those type of questions to see. And, pretty much when you get cross-examined or anything, some people will fold under pressure. So envision your future. He'll envision your future with you. He starts making plans to introduce you to his family. So that's how you'll get integrated. If he can envision a future with you, then you're going to meet his family. Then you're going to get tired of his damn family because, like I said earlier, he likes to vacation with them. He likes to party with them. He's all up in their business. All right. Some of you may be worried about what's up with this Virgo sexually. Virgos is not a brother who falls into bed immediately unless you give him a push. So you may be like, oh man, I'm just so ready to share myself with him. You might have to give him a push because he may not be at that point. Fred said, Rolls Royce taste on a Honda Accord budget. Yeah, that's true. Caviar taste with baloney money, any of it. You got to have a damn plan. So Serene, thanks for joining me in the Counselor's Corner. So he's not going to be the one that rushes you into bed. He prefers a woman. Instead, he prefers a woman to pursue him. I know some of that don't work with y'all, but this is what it is. The best thing to do is let him know up front that you want him to stay the night so that he can bring all his proper toiletries, his pajamas, and that toothpaste he prefers. So basically, he doesn't do the random, we fell asleep. We were watching Harlem Nights or whatever on my bootleg Fire Stick, and he fell asleep. Nah, that Virgo brother wants to know. So he might already have a booty bag in his trunk. A booty bag. Y'all know what a booty bag is, right? Ladies, do you know what a booty bag is? It's the thing with the toiletries, pajamas, just that extra stuff, just in case. So when you say, looks like I don't want you to drive back, you should just stay, he might say, well, let me run out to the car. He already got that booty bag packed. Remember, he's structured, so he's on top of that. Virgos cannot have sex with anyone, no matter how sexy he finds her distasteful. So he's just not going to have sex with anyone. He won't take any crass or sexual conversation outside of the bedroom, nor will he be into any public display of affection. So he's not the type that y'all walk in and they hold your hand, or you decide, give me a kiss, or whatever the case is. He's not going to do that, and he's not going to do any of that sexual talk. So if you want to have phone sex and all of that, you might say that he needs to get with the program. It's 2019. He lame as hell. Everybody does all of that. Virgo is a fixed sign, so he won't let you talk him into doing anything. So you would say he's not gullible. He's not weak. He's not comfortable with. So you can't talk him or convince him to do something that he does not want to do. When Virgos is into a woman, he will do whatever it takes to please her. He's there to listen to your needs. Felicia Chosen Sullivan, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor's Corner. He wants to discuss what you want versus what he wants and how the entire thing will go down. So remember, he's a communicator. He wants to talk. He wants to get to know you. He wants to kind of piggyback off your strengths, his strengths, and this is how we can gel together. You'll feel like he's being graded for a test, and he slides down between your legs. I don't know if y'all want to get into all of that stuff, but sex is an analytical pursuit. You are wasting your time. He has a checklist for mates, and unless you meet his ideal of a perfect partner, you might not even get to this stage. If you can loosen him up, you'll be pleasantly surprised how much fun you can have with him. So I don't know. I mean, ladies, y'all tell me, do y'all like that structure or what? But I mean, it sounds like if you can pass his test, that you'll be okay. He'll be someone that'll take care of you. Now, if you've dealt with a Virgo and you think differently, then speak up. All right. So basically, when it's time to break up, you can't. I'm so sick of. He's moving too slow. I'm so sick of the damn questioning and all that stuff. This is how you may have to break up with him. Meredith Hickerson, thanks for joining me tonight in the Counselor Corner. A Virgo man knows how to leave a relationship quickly and without incident because he hates drama. So Charlene says you like Virgos? Tell me why you like Virgos. So he hates drama. So instantly, if you got drama, you're going to be dismissed anyways. A Virgo may hang in a little longer once he made a commitment. So if he committed to you and you've discussed that, then he may be there a little longer if that commitment has been made. He needs both of you and your environment to be clean. So stop bathing and shaving stop bathing and shaving your private parts. Well, he wants it to be clean. He wants everything to be clean. So I guess he needs both of you and your environment to be clean. So stop bathing and shaving your private parts. All right. And let the dust bunnies accumulate under the couch and the dirty dishes pile up in the sink. Oh, so I get it now. Remember, we're thinking about if you decide that you want to end it with the Virgo, then if you stop bathing and stop shaving, things is not correct, he's not going to stick around. And if you're not cleaning and there's dust particles all over the place, that's a sure way for that brother to be out. Eddie Porter, thanks for joining me. Fast, that's the one that's going to be whipping up that good meal tomorrow. Ronnie O's one answered the questions, so he's gonna direct someone your way to pick up that dinner on me, the controversial counselor. So Ron will let you know that. But Ron, no, I'm gonna find out who the hell he's treating the dinner on my dime. Tell him that you think his project he's working on is useless. So remember, he's a visionary. He's structured. He works hard. And if you're a woman to say, that shit you talking about is stupid, ain't going to work, quick way to be on your outs. He wants you to be ladylike. So while you're at the club, stop cursing like a sailor and let him catch you checking out other brothers. So if you decide to do that, another thing just not going to work in your interest. Muslim, DST join. Won't you? Never mind. I know who you are. How you doing? So basically, and if you brag to his mother about some expensive jewelry you're planning to buy with the money you were supposed to be saving for a rainy day, that is the type of stuff. Because remember, he's close to his family. So you know damn well his mother going to go back and tell him, oh, y'all supposed to be saving for something? Oh, she says she's about to buy this or buy that. So these are some of the things that you know would be a pet peeve to him. Virgos strive for perfection and believe he's pretty close to it. So once you tear him down and embarrass him in front of his family, he'll be showing you the door. So don't disrespect him in front of his family. That will not work in your favor. Unless you want out of the relationship, then that's something that you may do. Before you know it, Virgo will be gone, and it'll be a long time before he's ready to give his heart to someone else. So once that happens, of course, if you thought the process was long, just think about the next woman that he deals with. It's going to even be longer. So some signs are quick to like, okay, I'm ready to move on to the next. But the Virgo brother, he's going to be, he doesn't like to fail at anything. So that next person, he's going to take a lot of time before he jumps into her life and whatever the case is. And if he decides to try to move forward, it's going to take a little while. As the great Eddie Murphy said in Boomerang, there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just going to take a little longer than I thought. And that's the Virgo's mindset. If he's feeling you and you're feeling him, and people may say, so what's up, man? Yeah, did y'all get together? What up? Did you sleep with her? What's going on? He's going to say, there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just going to take a little longer than I thought. And that's going to be his mindset to sum it up. So with that said, thank you. That's the Virgo. So stay tuned, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, for part 4 of surviving your man's zodiac sign. So next on deck is the Libra, Scorpio, Libra, then Sagittarius. Then I'm done. I'll be bringing some more content, and then we'll jump into the zodiac signs for the ladies. Oh, I can't wait, because I know it's a lot of shit with y'all with these signs. And y'all the ones who really put a lot of emphasis on these zodiac signs. So, and men probably don't study it. So fellas, you'll want to listen to this, because if you don't understand why she acts that way, because they believe in this stuff, then you'll find out, because I'm going to give you the lowdown and we're going to break it down. Now, you can go buy a book yourself and do it, but I guess sometimes you like other people to articulate on what they think. And here it is, the central astrology for the African American women, and then there's one for the African American men. So I pretty much delved into this book. Didn't give everything, but I did provide a lot of great details. So we're going to move forward with part 4. Stay tuned. Felicia said, don't do 3 signs a day for the women, please. Well, why? Because you think it's going to be too much? Let me know why. Give me some feedback after I sign off, and I'll definitely try to think about it. It might be too much, and maybe one, but then I just know that then it'll just go on, and I try to get, move past this stuff and try to get it over with. But if you think that 3 is too much, I'm willing to hear what you got to say on why I shouldn't do 3 women. I bet you it's related to a lot of drama and shit, but okay, I'm still going to listen. All right. So with that said, I'm out. Everybody have a good night. Remember, somebody's getting treated to a nice dinner on my dime. I'm about to find out. So, so let me know, but stay tuned tomorrow, Sunday, for the part 4. We can close out this series. Again, it'll be Libra, Scorpios, and Sagittarius. 1 hour is not long enough for 3 signs. I would have more time on the men. Well, actually, Felicia, I only did an hour. But actually, this was a continuation, because last night it was scheduled from 10 to 11. But I knew if I went into the Virgos, it would have carried on to 11:35, 11:40. And I kind of wanted to honor people's time. So as you can see, this one even went over an hour. Granted, I had other stuff that I talked about before I got on the Virgos, but people want information. And someone had told me, you talk about it takes too long, you should only give them points. But no, people want information. You don't want to just skim through something. You want to actually give them knowledge. Give her an hour. Give her an hour for Libra. Okay. All right. Okay, Ron. I mean, an hour. You never know. But we'll see how that pans out, because some of them go into more details than others. So we'll see how that works. But if y'all want to know about that Libra, what everybody really want to know about is that Scorpio. I done got a couple requests. Did you do the Scorpios? So whatever going on with the Scorpio, brother, actually, when I get off air, it's two things I need to find out. Who's getting treated on my dime, and start looking into the Scorpio, brother, because I think they're next. Or is it Libra next? No, I think Scorpio, then Libra, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But that's right. That's my husband's sign. His sign, oh, exactly. And you shortchanged the Leo. And shortchanged the Leo? You mean as far as time or the details? I thought I went into the Leo too long. And, you know, well, can't please everybody, but I don't know if you meant shortchange like some of the details or just the time. But hey, I'm glad you joined us. I'm glad each and every one of you joined me tonight. And we're going to close it out with a bang with part 4. And then we're going to eventually move on to those ladies. And hopefully, when we get to the ladies, I'm going to have that call-in feature, old school, call a number in. And this is C2 in the counselor's corner. How can I help you? And we're going to discuss these things. And we're trying to educate each other on each other because, hey, we got to know one another to survive. All right, people, I'm out. About to do some more research, and I'll see you soon. Thanks everybody joining me tonight. I appreciate you all. All right, have a good night.